So when was it? When was it you met Macca?
Oh, well, back in the 60s, I think it was before they went really big. I think it was at the time they must come back just from Hamburg. And I used to be in a local band myself called The Minutes. I said, but that night we went playing, and another band of mates of mine were called the Dresdens, and they were playing on the, I think it was either Rumbling Tom or the Sink, one of those places. Anyway, when you finish your gigs, I used to be a place in Seal Street, I'm not sure it's still there, called the Blue Angel Club. And it was the type of place that all the bands, once they finish their gigs, they always meet there and just have a jamming session. And I remember this one night we went in there, and there was bands like the Mojos, the Big Three, and Johnny Gustafson was there. And actually, Freddie Starr was there that night as well. And it was chock with all local bands. Freddie Starr was on stage this time with Johnny Gustafson, and they were doing a number together when somebody walked past me, stood on my foot. And I turned around and said, "Hey mate, watch where you're going, will you?" And he turned around and said, "Oh, sorry lad, didn't see you there, sorry." And lo and behold, I looked up and it was Paul McCartney, and he was with Jane Asher at the time. Oh. And I said to my mate, Mick, I said, "Mick, look, Paul McCartney's in," like, you know. So everybody was milling around and talking to him, like, you know, and that was the first encounter with Paul. The second encounter I met Paul was late 70s, 78, 79, and I was working for local council, and we were doing some tarmac in the road, in Village Road in Bebington on the Wirral, and this Range Rover comes screaming down the road. And I said, and it sort of pulled in along the side and screeched all his tyres along the side of the pick herb, and I said to him, "Mate, lost a few 100 miles there, whoever that is." So next thing, Paul McCartney gets out with Linda, and I found out later he was visiting his auntie who lived in Village Road, who was the mother of Kate Robbins and Ted Robbins. And when I seen it was Paul, I grabbed a pen and a piece of paper and I went over to see him and said, "Hey Paul, can I have your autograph?" He said, "Yeah, sure lad, no problem." And he asked me about my name. I said, "Put it to Roy." And he wrote, "All the best, Paul McCartney." To Roy, all the best. Paul McCartney signed it. And I noticed the paper it was the back of a Wirral Borough Council timesheet, which I still got to this day actually. But as I walked away from him, I say there's him and Linda and the kids and the dogs and everything, some young girl spotted him as well and asked for his autograph. And as I was walking away, Paul McCartney shouted out to me, "Hey mate, hey Roy, have you got a bit of that paper you can give us?" And one of the lads who was working with me, Mickey, shouts off, "I don't know, McCartney." I said, "You're a millionaire, you can't afford a bit of paper." Paul McCartney just turned around and laughed and said, "Good one, mate," you know. And that was my second encounter with Paul McCartney.